Okay, Stig. A sad and shocking day on Saturday, really. I think that is one way to describe it. Obviously, a lot's been said on social media in the wake of the events, and I guess you just want to update everyone on how things are.
Yeah, obviously a really sad day. I don't think I've left the ground. You just feel completely gutted about everything that had gone on in reality. And I think, you know, the vast majority of Hereford-based people there, Hereford fans there, would have felt exactly the same way that I did, I'm sure. Yeah, I just wanted to just give an update, really. We have to be quite careful about what we say and how much we can say, because obviously there is a live police investigation ongoing. We obviously have had identification of a couple of supporters who may have been involved in the incident, and we are, they're banned. They're getting an interim ban immediately, so we can carry out a full investigation and obviously cooperate with the police and the footballing authorities. So that kicks in straight away, and if you like, that sort of deals with the initial stages of it. But then we have to allow the processes to play out. We have to allow the investigation to take place. You can't prejudge anything, so you have got to make sure that you give everybody a fair hearing, which we will ensure we do, and I'm sure obviously the police will ensure that's happened as well. But yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll go about our work in the background to do whatever we need to do. And I'm sure we'll be in touch with the FA today, and they'll be in touch with us. We've had to provide information from our point of view already. Nick, our secretaries, provided information to the FA in terms of our, what we saw and what we were aware of on the day. I'm sure Sporting Khalsa have had to do exactly the same. So, and we'll just see how that plays out. And at some point, we'll find out, what the situation is with potential rematch or whatever. So we'll just await information from the FA, really. But more than anything, it's just a feeling of disappointment that our club's been associated with an incident like this. The Sporting Khalsa officials were, fantastic after the game. They were really kind of almost saying, don't beat yourself up. You can't be responsible. You can't really be the responsible for the actions of one or two individuals. But in reality, it's hard not to feel the shame of it, really, in many ways. So yeah, it's been a difficult couple of days, and I've seen fans' comments online saying that they felt it's been a really hard couple of days for them. I think the one, if there is a positive you can take from this type of thing, I think it's the way that as a club we've dealt with the aftermath of the incident, and actually the way supporters have reacted to it. Because reading the comments online, I've had quite a number of direct personal messages, just people absolutely gutted that they now feel they're associated with behaviour of this type. And it's just, it couldn't be any clearer that the vast majority of Hereford FC fans have absolutely no desire to be associated with individuals who are capable of this type of behaviour, want them out of our fan base. We all want them out of our fan base. And if you're going to behave in this way, in any way, shape or form, anything discriminatory, just go. We just don't want you. We're not interested in having you in our fan base, and that's been echoed by all our supporters. I'd like to, put on record my gratitude to Paul Caddis, the manager, because I thought he, in very difficult and trying circumstances for a young manager, I thought he behaved impeccably. I think the decisions he made, you can't criticise any of the decisions he's made. I thought his post-match interview that's been on the club website was outstanding, and it couldn't have got the message across any more strongly in terms of the fact we won't stand for this, and we're not having this, and we don't want this in any way, shape or form associated with our club. And I'd reassure everybody associated with our club, supporters, friends, sponsors, anyone associated with the club, that we're not having this. We will be acting in the right and proper way to get this sorted, following the processes that we have to follow to ensure that everybody gets a fair hearing. But yeah, we're not having it, Jay.
And I guess as well, we've got to look after our players as well, so and their kind of the well-being. And I know a few came on social media kind of in support of the decisions that were taken in the wake of it, but we've got to consider their thoughts and feelings as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm sure the players know this isn't reflective of every single Hereford supporter. They'll know this. This isn't what our fan base is about. But absolutely, I saw a number of the comments from saying this is 2025. This shouldn't be happening. What sort of world are we living in that people think any individual can think this is an acceptable way to behave? So yeah, I know the manager's kind of apologised to the players on behalf of everyone at the club, and I'd extend my apologies to them as well, because they shouldn't have to be dealing with this. They were just trying to win an FA Cup match for the club on Saturday, and then the game's been abandoned. So yeah, it's just a really sad state of affairs. And, you know, I've said to Paul, if he needs me to speak to any of the players as a group or individually, I'm more than happy to do that. I'm sure they understand and know that this isn't a true representation of our fan base, but equally, we all now need to work hard together. Supporters, those inside the club, need to work together to ensure that this can never happen again, and this isn't something that we ever see repeated.